Welcome to Star Trek 1, our brand new series. Yes, with stars from the Northeast who have been rocking at the national and international entertainment arena. What a good way to begin this series with Star Trek Discovery Season 3 actor, our very own Adil Hussain, without doubt an acting powerhouse.
Hi. How are you doing?
Hi Adil, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you once again.
Nice to meet you too. Nice
Absolutely.
To meet you. You look handsome.
Absolutely. You are also looking stunning, actually.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You see, every time we meet,
Yes.
you have already hit the headlines.
Have I?
Yeah. This time it is, your role in the coveted American web series, Star Trek Discovery Season 3.
That is correct.
And you've joined the likes of Indians like, Persis Khambata, Vijay Amritraj, and so on and so forth. I mean, how did you land? I know you are in a non-disclosure agreement, but tell the viewers, how did you land Star Trek, which is really great?
That much I can tell. So I was shooting for a film in Atlanta for 2 months, the month of May and April and May. And then my agent, her name is Valerie McCaffrey.
Okay.
So she's basically disappointed with me because she thinks I'm not interested to act in Hollywood films.
Yeah.
Because she kept sending me all these audition pieces. In Hollywood, everybody has to audition, by the way.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how big you are and star.
Okay.
So even Penelope Cruz has to audition 4 times to act in that Pirate of the Caribbean film. So everybody auditions. So I did not respond to the audition calls, previous audition calls from her, because I had been busy. Because I get the audition piece today and she wants it tomorrow and I'm in the middle of some shoot. So I said, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Because if I audition, it has to be good also, no?
Absolutely.
So she called me and said, you are not interested to act in Hollywood movies.
Okay.
So I said, I am interested, but I'm not desperate. So there is a difference between that, right?
Yeah.
One has to be desperate or one is interested. So I said, I'm interested. So then when I was in Atlanta, I finished the film. Then I had 1 month, I took 1 month break because my wife, Kristen and Kabir, they joined me in America since their parents, they live in DC. So then she sent me an audition piece that can you prepare, it's for Star Trek. I'm like, oh, that is interesting. Send me the piece. If I like it, I will audition for it. And I loved it because it's a beautiful piece of audition, scene. So I used my phone and I recorded my audition piece.
And you sent it off?
I sent it off and I forgot. Generally, that's what I have learned, that never expect it. Otherwise, there is...
The moral of the story, viewers, is that never expect it. Just send it off and wait for the outcome.
Absolutely, if at all.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you are happy anyways.
No, you see, I mean, Star Trek, it's a very popular series.
Yes.
Now, you have done fascinating, we'll talk about all those little later in this segment, but, from Life of Pi, which is survival kind of a film, to, huge art house cinema, like you've just done Rahgir with Gautam Ghosh. And, of course, other movies. Now, the point is, English, Winglish and all that, these are commercial movies. How do you double? And how different do you think with this science fiction series like Star Trek going to be? And you are with very, very interesting co-stars, by the way.
Yes. No, I think, see, I depend on the scripts which come to me. I don't decide which script would come to me. After they come to me, then I decide, okay, this is the script I like, this is I don't like. And since I had been the luckiest actor on the planet, especially in India, who is approached by a no-budget film, from no budget to love budget to middle budget to multi-million budget, like Star Trek. Star Trek is the most expensive show on earth. It's the most expensive show. And also most expensive film in India is 2.0.
2.0,
And the almost no budget film is a Khasi film that I did called Lorne the Flaneur, which is almost like no budget.
Like no budget?
I would say no budget because the vehicle that I was given to go from go from hotel to the location was scooter, two-wheeler. That was it. So I think I'm lucky to be approached by all kinds of filmmakers, and I'm open to it because I get scripts through Twitter, through Facebook. I get my scripts through that. So I'm lucky. So it's not a question of how do I do it, it happens. So
now, are you extremely choosy? Now, tell me about your co-stars in Star Trek. People would like to know.
Yeah.
You are with a very interesting actor.
Yeah.
You know,
Sonequa
Martin Green.
Correct.
Who is doing the main role.
Yes.
You know, tell something about that.
Well, I must say what I mentioned. I mean, first time I am taken to Toronto. We shot in Toronto. So I go to Toronto. 8 days before the shoot,
Yeah.
I had been asked to come 8 days before the shoot, the day of the shoot.
Yeah.
The first 8 days, they only concentrated on my costume. Like 1 millimeter, they would come and they would say, okay, this is done. Next day, this millimeter. Like every millimeter of the costume was like made to perfection, to the T. Okay, it's done. I thought, okay, tomorrow I think we'll be rehearsing.
Yeah.
So, and it's not. It's for costume trial. Costume trial, costume trial. Hair and makeup, yes, but costume trial. And so the day they gave me the final suit, what I was wearing, it was the best suit I've ever worn.
Okay, not the tailor in town.
No. It's like the best tailored suit in the world that I have.
Yeah, so best custom fit.
Custom
that's
fit.
A real custom fit in a true sense.
Italian fabric, and it's shining, and it's like wow.
Yeah.
So the day I arrive for the shoot, so I'm taken in, and I'm asked to come to the set. So I go to the set, and the set is, of course, they had given me already a tour of the set and the spaceship and all that.
Right.
So I go and I see all the HODs, you know, light, camera, sound, production design, prop master, director, producer, everybody's there. And they called me in and they said, we would like to introduce to our new member of Star Trek, Mr. Adil Hussain from India. And we are very happy to welcome him to our family. So everybody clapped and all that. So that's a formality, they do it. So then everybody looked at me. So I thought, oh, I have to speak something. So I said, okay. And I thought it should be short and it should also speak a lot about it.
Yeah.
And I said, I was born in a town called Gwalpara, where newspaper used to come 3 days after it was published. And today I'm here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. That was, so that's the history, you know, in a nutshell, like a place where you're born, where newspaper used to come 3 days after it is published. And you are in a Star Trek set, acting with the best. Then after that,
going into the future, 900 years.
950 years.
950 years.
So after that, I knew that this is my co-actor, Sonequa Martin Green, who was standing right across me, across the circle that we were all standing. So she says, she comes to the center and says, Adil, can I give you a hug? I'm like, yes, of course. So she gives me a hug and says, and whispers into my ear, she says, I'm so honored and so happy and so looking forward to work with you.
Oh, that is great. That is great.
So the human connection immediately, and the scenes are very, very emotional. So, and she said, the scenes are so beautiful. I said, I'm so looking forward that we'll crack the scene. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And we shot for hours and hours and hours. Yeah. So
absolutely. Now this transition.
Yes.
You know, you are not new to acting abroad.
Right.
You started in the London stage.
Yes.
That was, you know, and by the way, also, you know, for the sake of the viewers, not many people start their acting career at the age of late 40s or even early 50s.
In cinema.
In cinema.
Yeah.
So you were one of them.
Yes.
So that is also a point that cannot be forgotten.
No, it should not. Yeah, because there is always hope for you.
Always hope for me as well. Yeah, of course. Now you know. See, one point I would like to. I was asking you about the transformation.
Yeah.
You know, acting, as you yourself said, that no budget Khasi film.
Yeah.
You have done in very, very low budget SMS films as well.
Yes.
to acting in commercial cinema,
Yes.
as well as art house cinema,
Yes.
and now this science fiction,
Yes.
that too at a global stage. How do you prepare? People would love to know, how do you prepare? And point noted that Goalpara,
Yeah.
a small town.
Yeah.
So moral of the story is that that doesn't matter at all where you belong to. So how did you sort of prepare for this? Audition was fine, you have been selected. Then, is there mental preparation needed?
No, it's a deeper question actually. Your question is, I can answer it, which is in a shallow way.
Yeah.
But if I just, because it is important that people in Assam, they will watch this show.
Right.
And there are so many actors in Assam who are in the villages, who maybe heard of me or seen me, and they dream of also doing what I am doing, or maybe better than me.
Yeah.
I wish they do better than me. So for them, I would say that it is not a matter of, it's not a one-day affair. It is the love that I have felt for the craft of acting. So the crux of the matter is that how much time I have spent in order to understand the fundamentals of the craft of acting.
Right.
And the more time you spend understanding the craft, training yourself day and night, you can be a good actor without training as well. But the kind of actor you want to become, where you travel from no budget to the most expensive show on planet, that you cannot do unless you are trained. So that's what I'm trying to say, that it is always easy to act in roles which are easier to do. So a lot of actors do that. But in order to act credibly, at least credibly, not outstandingly, at least credibly, you have to really work very hard.
You have to really work very
So
hard. So there is absolutely no shortcut, that's what you were saying.
So the tip of the iceberg, people keep seeing that, oh, Adil is this, Adil is famous, blah, blah, blah.
Now, a lot of people say, what is it? Do you see it? How do you look at yourself? How do you categorize yourself? People see, a lot of actors don't like to be stereotyped at all.
Right.
Because that is, I'm sure you don't like to be stereotyped because you have done various types of roles.
Yes.
Now, is it easy to keep away from being stereotyped?
Difficult.
Difficult.
Very difficult. Because most of us, the entire humanity, and especially actors, are driven by, most of the time, to catch the limelight, to be famous, to also earn money. I mean, you need money to live.
Absolutely.
So I'm not at all criticizing that. But they're driven by a sort of a great sense of insecurity. If I don't do this, what will happen to me? I should be always in public memory. That is one of the things I completely refuse. That if you are not, what do you call that? Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
If I am out of sight and if I become out of mind, then I'm not worthy to be remembered.
Yeah.
So I would say you go out of sight, prepare yourself, come back and do one which will be remembered for the rest of your life, even if you don't do anything else.
But
Yeah.
can an actor who started cinema at the age of 50, for example, or late 40s?
No, I started at the age of 43.
43.
Yeah.
For an actor who starts at the age of 43, I'm not asking about you, I'm asking you a general question. Can he or she afford to be choosy? Or do you think that is a must to be choosy? There's no point in doing too many films for which you are not remembered at all.
I do too many films. As I said, that it depends upon what kind of actor you want to become. Totally depends upon. There is no one answer to that. According to me, you should be definitely choosy.
Yeah.
Because you will be scrutinized, you will be analyzed, you will be judged according to the films that you choose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. On that note, we go for a short break. Don't go away. I am in this freewheeling conversation with Star Trek actor, our very own Adil Hussain. I'll be right back. Welcome back to this brand new series, Star Trek. I'm in conversation with Star Trek actor Adil Hussain. Star Trek is the name of my new show.
Right.
And I thought, what a better way than doing it with the Star Trek actor.
thank
How do
you
you like
very
the name? The
I
selection
love-
of the name.
So you're tracking the stars.
I'm tracking the stars. I'm tracking you.
I'm not a star, so
Of course you are a star. You are being humble as always. Come on, Adil.
I acted in Star Trek.
Yeah.
But the attribution, the terminology that you're using, that is from you. I don't consider myself a
Okay,
star at all.
I know you're humble, but I'm telling the truth. Now my question is, a little while ago I was asking you, would you like to have a sandwich?
Yes.
You were engrossed in deep thought, and they said that you have been eating for the last 5 days so much. So tell me something about your, how do you maintain yourself? Are you a regular gymmer or something? You're looking at me.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. Look at you. I mean, you are slim as well. I mean, you're as handsome as I've seen like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20
Well,
years ago we know
I-
each other, yes.
So being an Assamese, grown up with a bhotua culture, that
Yeah.
means we eat rice in
We eat
every
rice.
meal, almost 4 times a day.
Yeah.
So from there, now to my utter tragedy, that I eat a little bit of fruit and some salad for lunch and some soup for dinner. Imagine my situation. And when I come to Assam, so I came 5 days ago, spent some time with my mom in Gwalpara and
Yeah.
my brothers. So, and the spread that they put on your table.
I know, absolutely.
Fish curry, this, that, and I get so tempted and my stomach has shrunk. So now, when I eat one sandwich, I feel full.
You feel full. So that is
Yeah,
the secret
that's
of
the
why
secret.
you were engrossed in that deep thought.
Yeah.
Now, coming back to cinema,
Yeah.
we'll have a dietary discussion
Yes.
maybe when we meet again.
Okay.
Coming back to cinema, you see, I mean, how do you now look at yourself? People still say, when I introduce, for example, our very own Adil Hussain from Assam, but you are today a global actor. And as we all know, cinema has absolutely no boundaries.
Yes.
But since my question is, since you have been working with, you have been working with directors from different parts of the world,
Right.
even different parts of India. India itself is
Right,
such a,
right.
it's
Huge.
a continent
Correct.
masquerading as a country. What are the differences you feel? Now, I want to know that cinematic difference, technical difference that you felt in Star Trek.
I think there is a, and I don't see it as a as a defect. In India, whether you're a Muslim or a Hindu, somehow we believe in next life.
Right. You
So
believe in next
culture.
life, yeah?
So I'm just a sociologist would answer this question better than me, but it is my personal opinion because I
Yeah.
could not find any other explanation for it. We take things easy, like if not now, kal ho jayega. We'll do
करेंगे,
it
कर
tomorrow.
लेंगे.
And if we try to do the best and if it didn't work, we don't sleep, we don't lose our sleep on that. ठीक है, we have done it.
Yeah.
Kali ho jabo. So, but when you go to the West,
Yeah.
I think they only believe in this is the life and end of the world. So we must do the best, and if we cannot attain the best, we'll not give up. So that attitude has got its advantages and disadvantages. The advantages is that they come up with excellent production designing, planning, pre-production, the script, everything, every department. In India, we have a problem because we don't take it so seriously. The problem is that we come up with most of the time mediocre things. And quite rarely that I see that, oh my God, this is a perfect production. Very rare.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the difference I see. Like if I'm shooting in Germany for Norwegian film, and they are like clockwork.
Clockwork precision.
Total
I mean,
clockwork.
absolutely.
Everything. I mean, from the costume to camera to the color to the light to the design, the texture of the costume that you're wearing. This is too shiny, little matty. Everything. So that's the only difference I see. Otherwise, creatively, I don't think there is any difference. We have extremely creative people, but we're little like we take
Relax.
it easy.
Take it easy. Now you see, I think
Yeah.
considering your concern for your health and all, I think
should
it's better
stand
to
up.
stand up and walk a bit.
Yes.
one more thing I'd like to know, basically, is that, you know, if you look at, since we've been talking about cinema,
Yes.
let's talk about Assamese cinema.
Yes.
Assamese cinema is basically, you know, today it has once again hit the headlines.
Yes.
You know, we have got some couple of good movies
Yes.
Which have one after the other,
Yes.
which are commercial success.
Right.
We had great films because Assamese cinema is almost as old as the
Yes.
Indian film industry.
Yes.
What is that you'd like to sort of tell today? Because you have of late growing in experience acting or under directors from all over the world. What is it that Assamese cinema lacks, or what is it that Assamese cinema can improvise?
Right.
What are your initial observations?
I have seen few wonderful films recently. Obviously, first name which is coming to my mind is Rima Das,
Yeah.
and then Bhaskar Hazarika.
Yes.
And I recently saw a very beautiful short film. Arunath and another young actor acted in it. I think they're brilliant films. I think most of us, not only in Assam but across the globe, but especially in Assam, we must find a way to work very hard on the scripting level,
Scripting.
writing.
Uh-huh.
And I have seen, like yesterday, I was attending Arun Horma Memorial Lecture,
Yeah.
and I was the person who they invited me to talk about my life and my connection with Orunda.
Yeah.
So, in 1963, that man has written a play called Ahar, which
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was on absurd play, based on
Yeah.
absurd play.
Yeah.
And the writing is so advanced of that age, like 1960, the year I was born, you know. That time he wrote that play, and after that he wrote another play, Kukunisiamanu.
Yes.
So
Kukunisiamanu.
all these plays are written in 60s. So in comparison to those plays and the great writers like Birendranath Bhattacharya, you name it, so many of them, our scripting, our film literature, the literature of the script is very poor.
Yeah, what you're saying is that we have got fantastic stories, but
Yes.
our scripting conversion into screenplay
Is very poor. Yes.
So that is one thing
Yes.
that you are basically
Yeah.
saying.
Yes.
Now you know it has been a cocktail, heady cocktail, I would say, for you. I've been asking this question again and again, just trying to find out from you. You know, is it that stereotyping question, which you didn't really quite answer that well? Because I'm interested to know, Adil Hussain, you have acted in various films from Assam to different parts of India to different parts of the world. Obviously, the casting directors, you have been able to catch the attention of the casting directors, obviously because of your powerful acting. That's why I described you as an acting powerhouse, which you didn't ready to acknowledge because you are, as usual, humble. My question is, you know, what do you think the casting directors see in you that they always decide to cast you in fascinating roles, different roles?
Yeah. As I said,
For example, before you in Rahgir, Gautam Ghosh says you played the role of a tribal in
Yes.
quest for a better life.
Yes, yes. So I have heard a lot of flattering words, but I don't think that describe the real reason that I'm cast. I think there is a craft that I had been taught by my teachers that sort of helps me to transform into different characters.
Yeah.
And that is the fundamental thing about any actor, that this actor can be bent and shaped. And in a word that someone described me, he's a chameleon.
Okay.
He's a shape shifter.
Shape shifter.
That's
Okay.
what they called me in one of the Hollywood reviews or whatever. So
Shape
shifter,
not a chameleon who changes colors.
colors, not only colors, not just the skin color,
Yeah.
but the shape shifter. So shape shifter means a person who can, wearing a mustache is a very cosmetic change, or putting on weight is a cosmetic change. It's not a big deal losing and putting on weight. It's a big deal,
Yeah.
but it's not a great deal.
Yeah.
What is a great deal for an actor to be cast in different kinds of role, as you're mentioning, is that the change in the inner software, not the hardware. So
That's a very interesting way to put change in the inner software.
You have to update the software to fit into the role that you had been asked to play. And that's a very, very fine and nuanced craft. And not many people or many actors are interested or even were introduced to that craft in India.
Yeah.
So I had been lucky enough to be taught by these great teachers, as I have mentioned before in other interviews. So, and also, even if an actor knows the craft, the time that the actor is given to prepare for the role is that matters a lot.
Now, see, you are an alumni of the National School of Drama.
Correct.
Now, do you think that helps? Because theatre is a different medium altogether,
Yes.
but that is much more perhaps intense because you are right in front of the crowd. You know the reaction, whether you are doing well. You can see the reaction. Even you can perhaps even change a little bit on your performance, on your expressions, etc. So, do you think NSD has made some difference in your acting?
Not some, a huge difference, but it's not enough.
Because not actors are NSD products as well.
Yes, but it depends upon also who is teaching in NSD. If you have one good teacher, your life is made. But if you have 20 teachers and they're not good enough, then
it does make any difference.
Like so many people go into medical college, but how many of them become fine doctors?
Absolutely.
They're doctors, but they're fine doctors. They're artists, almost an artist.
Yeah.
So NSD, going to NSD and spending 3 years, I don't think is at all is a drop in the ocean.
That has made a huge difference.
Huge.
When you recollect,
of course,
you realize that.
It has introduced me to the ocean, but I had to swim after that myself. Yeah.
Right. Now I remember, your family wanted you to be your professor, to teach English.
Yeah.
That has not happened.
No, it doesn't.
But you are acting in English films and other films.
I
of
also
course.
teach. I mean, I'm a professor, but not in the colleges. But I teach. I taught at the University of Amsterdam, the Royal Conservative Performing Arts, and in so many places that I had asked to teach, but not English.
Not English. so do you regret? But English is almost a global language today. So do you think why do you think that people wanted you to be an English professor?
My father had this fascination for languages. He spoke around 6 languages fluently: Persian, Arabic, English, Hindi, Urdu, Assamese, Bengali, 7 languages. He was fluent in all 7 languages. So I guess he thought that Persian and Arabic are obsolete languages. It will not be useful. But if one of my sons, if he can master the language, which is English, he would have access to so many things, and he would be able to even earn money just by knowing English language.
Absolutely.
So that's what he thought.
That was why. Now all good conversations have to come to an end, Adil. But what do you think today? You are also good at. Do you get time? Another of your passion is mimicry.
Right.
Because you are a busy actor these days. So if you were to mimic today, who is that person that you would like to do so? Because I don't want you to forget, because I have to remind the viewers that you are a good mimic as well.
I don't know. I haven't think like that for a long time.
For a long time.
No, I haven't. Who would I? The most difficult person to mimic would be most probably today, maybe who? Because see, most good actors in the world, you cannot mimic them because they're so different in different roles.
Roles.
Yes.
So it's difficult.
Very difficult.
So we want that nobody should be able to mimic
I hope
Adil
so.
Hussain as well. On that note, Adil, thank you very much for being on Star Trek. Absolutely. And we'll keep meeting again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.